Hi everyone, it's Wes here. So, yesterday I posted a video about the requirements of a student visa. That if you want to apply for a student visa, these are the requirements. Today I want to talk about the skilled worker visa, which is a visa that I came on when I got a job with NHS Highland. So, I thought I'd just share my experience on the requirements that are needed when you're applying for this visa, just as I did with the student one. So let me just quickly say this to say there are a lot of visas if you want to come to the UK, and these are the ones that I've say like I applied and I know it worked out for me, and I can be able to give some, should I say, advice, or maybe pretty much just sharing my experience. But now, as I said in the video yesterday, a disclaimer here, guys. I am not an immigration consultant. I don't work for the Home Office. I I I'm not a consultant in any way to do with immigration. What I'm simply sharing is to do with my experience with the visa application. If you want more information about the visas themselves, you can be able to visit the government office for the UK. I'll put a link in the description to do with the visas. So I'm just sharing my experience. As I say, to say sometimes it's much easier to understand when someone is explaining it from their own experience. So that's why I'm sharing these videos. But as I said, I'm not any consultant whatsoever. So if you have any other visa issues, unless you're applying for a skilled worker visa and you'd like to know my experience, apart from what I share in this video, then here you can contact me on Facebook, on Twitter, or LinkedIn, or yeah, you can contact me. Then I can be able to share information. But I'm pretty sure I'll share everything in this video. So when you're applying for a skilled worker visa, the thing is, you just can't go on the website and start applying for a skilled worker visa in the hopes that I'll get a job when I go to the UK. No, you need to have a job before you leave your country. In my case, before I left Malawi, I already had a job offer, and so I knew what I was coming to do on this side. So one of the key requirements is that the employer that you are working for should be on the approved list by the Home Office. You can be able to check on the website. I think they have a list, if I'm not making a mistake, but I think they have a list. The other thing is that the job that you'll be doing should be on the list of eligible occupations here in the UK. There's also a link which shows the jobs that are under that list of eligible occupations. So the thing is, you should get a job offer, and the most important thing that you need to apply for this visa. I mean, all these other things are important, but the most important thing that you need is the COS. This is a certificate of sponsorship. So you need to get the certificate of sponsorship from the company that has given you an offer, the job offer. So this one is more of like the thing that will allow you to apply for a visa, because there's a COS number as well as license sponsor number on that certificate, and it has a lot of information that helps you apply for the visa itself. And without this, you can't apply for the skilled worker visa. Yeah. So make sure you get the COS. So that's why I always say, when you're looking for a job here in the UK, make sure you get to apply for jobs that show that they'll be able to sponsor the visa itself. Because if you're applying for jobs that don't sponsor the visa, then the chances are slim for you to be able to get a COS, or the sponsorship certificate. So make sure you get the COS. So on the COS, what it does, it has your information. It talks about the job that you'll be doing, your annual salary. It talks about whether you it talks about a lot of things, just a lot of things. You'll see it when you get one. You who are applying for jobs in the UK, I'm pretty sure you get a job soon. But yeah, so you need the COS itself for you to apply for the visa. So there's also one thing that you have to understand. There's a minimum salary in terms of the jobs that you're applying for here in the UK. Until the 4th of April, which was like what, last week, by the time that I'm doing this video, it was around 27,000 if I'm not mistaken. But now it's around 38,700. You see in the if you click the link, you'll be able to see the actual amount. So when you're applying for a job, make sure that the minimum range should be around 38,700 pounds annually. Yeah. So, because if it's less than that, then it won't work. So, of course, if you go on the website, it says there are other reasons why you may be accepted if your salary is less. It explains. I think for that one, you may have to go check on the website. But now I'm simply saying, if you're looking for a job here in the UK, make sure that the minimum amount of salary on the job should be 38,700 above. Yeah, so that's it. So another thing that will also be needed is the proof of your English language proficiency. So this one, it just depends. For me, when I was applying for the skilled worker visa, I did not prove. Okay, let me not say I did not prove my English language proficiency. I did in a way that when I was making the application, they asked, "Have you already proven your English language proficiency in the previous visa application?" Which I said yes, because I'd already proved it when I was applying for my student visa. So this time around, I just said yes, and that was it. I did not upload any certificate, either IELTS certificate or my university's proficiency letter. I did not attach anything like that because I already had attached in the previous application. So, but for you, maybe you need to prove this. So you may need to write maybe the exams, or you can look on the website. They show what you need to have in terms of the English language proficiency. So how much will it cost you for you to apply for this visa? So it ranges. I think it's different for different people, but it ranges from around 700 to around 1,500. That's a visa application fee itself. So just I just can't say this is how much it costs. I think for me, I paid around £1,200, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1,200, I think so. I just forgot it. I did it some time back. But yeah, that's how much I paid. To be specific, it's from around 719. You look on the, you can check it out on the website. Another thing that you also have to look into that you need to pay for is the healthcare surcharge. So this one is £1,035. Now, there's one thing that I didn't say maybe from the start, is to say the visa could be up to 5 years, the skilled worker visa. I could be given maybe 3 years or 5 years. Mine, I was given 5 years. So when you're applying for the visa, as I said, you have to also pay the healthcare surcharge, which is the money that you pay for you to be able to have access to healthcare services. So what you do is you take the amount of the healthcare surcharge, which is £1,035, and then you multiply it with the number of your years on the visa. In my case, the visa itself, the duration was 5 years, and times £1,035, you do the maths and you do the calculations, and yeah, that's how much I paid. Yeah, so there's also another amount that you may have to prove or you may have to show when you're applying for the visa, but this one depends. Myself, I did not show this amount because I'll tell you why. So when you get the COS, there's a certain section which says maintenance, like will your employer maintain you? I don't know whether I should say maintain you, or will they support you when you come here to the UK? If it is yes, you don't have to prove this fee, which is 1,270. But if they answered no, then you have to prove either by showing a bank statement that you have this money, that you will be able to survive the moment that you come to the UK. So you also need to get a clearance from the police. I got it in Area 30, Kulirongwe. But you also need to get a TB test certificate. You can get it at the city center. I'm talking to those in Malawi, but in different countries, I mean, there are different. I mean, I'm talking about Malawi, but in your country, yeah, there's also a place where you can be able to get one. And yeah, pretty much these are the documents or the key requirements that you need for the skilled worker visa. So what I'll do is, as a summary for this video, I'll do a rundown of all the documents or all the requirements that you need for the skilled worker visa. So as I said, number one is an offer letter, which has a COS, certificate of sponsorship, that's needed. You can't apply for the skilled worker visa without the COS. Number two, you need a passport. I mean, that's kind of obvious in a way. Number three, you need proof for English language proficiency. Number three, you will need police clearance. Number five, you need a TB test certificate, which I just talked about. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's more of like the summary of what you need for you to apply for a skilled worker visa. So as I said, you just can't go on the UK website and start applying for a visa. You need to have a job first. You need to have a certificate of sponsorship first. Once you have these, then you can be able to apply for the visa. I hope you find these videos helpful. If you do, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And yeah, you already know what it is. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.